Well, let me start by just saying that our mandate is that we are tasked to be an advisor to the Minister on a cultural marketing policy. That includes trade. So part of what we do in order to fulfill that mandate is to undertake research and analysis on opportunities for trade for South African exporters and traders with the rest of the continent, for example. Of course, with the globe as well. So one of our work that we do, research work that we do, we have a publication called the Trade Probe, which in every quarter we identify a topic of interest in the trade area, where we basically identify opportunities for South Africa to exploit the gaps that are there to increase our exports. One of those, for example, is to look at one of the recent studies we did was to look at the opportunities that are being presented by the tripartite agreement, that is COMESA, EAC, SADC. And we found that South Africa, being the country that actually dominates trade in the continent, will probably benefit the most in terms of this tripartite agreement. So the work that FANRPAN does through the nodes is strategic in the sense that FANRPAN itself, in terms of the head office, is not able to spread itself to be able to do the actual work. So it works through the nodes. In the case of South Africa, the NAMC coordinates the node for the country. And through our convening power with the stakeholders, that would include government, farmers, private sector, and other players within the sector. We have that power to convene them to be able to address whether it's analytical work that needs to be done, policy advocacy that needs to be done. So we are in that position to be able to convene the stakeholders. And I think that's the model that all the nodes should be following. And if you're a node hosting institution, it also doesn't mean you have to do the work by yourself. It means you then take advantage of the partnerships that exist. In our case, we have a very good working relationship with universities, for example, on the research side. But on the practice side, you've got the farmers, the industries that we work with. So that then helps to coordinate the work that FANRPAN does. So that should be the role of the node host. Well, of course, everybody has been affected by the recent announcements by the US in terms of the tariffs. It just means that one has to adjust in terms of how you position yourself from a policy point of view. In South Africa, we're busy at highest level, from a political level. There's some very serious negotiations that are happening within the window period that we have to make a deal or to kind of reach some kind of an agreement with the US. Failing which, of course, the exporters will be hardest hit. Those that had their markets locked in the US through contracts and so on, they will bear the most brunt. So in the case of South Africa and the South African agricultural sector specifically, the fruits, the nuts, the wine sector will be probably the most affected at this stage. We've done some analysis as the NAMC, where we were able to look at the impact, disaggregating it by sector. We were able to look at the agricultural sector itself, but look at other sectors, how it compares, how the impact will compare with that of the other sectors. And I think even though it's a challenge in terms of the tariffs, but we are probably as a sector able to adapt a little better than other sectors such as automotive industries, in the sense that we're able to divert the trade from the US in certain cases to other countries. But again, it's not as easy as that. You have negotiations take time. So in terms of the medium to long term, what we would need to do is to negotiate new deals with other countries, either bilateral or multilateral. I think naturally, being part of the African continent, we have not fully exploited the opportunities that come with the Africa Continental Free Trade Area Agreement. And I think it's time to now intensify those efforts because, this is a reality we're facing now with the US and so on. As you're aware, there's also challenges with the EU, recently. So I think as much as we are looking for new markets in the Far East and Middle East, we have the continent right here. So I think it's now time, I guess, to intensify those efforts within the continent.